is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirts, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going to check out the video. What's good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. We gonna talk about Terrence Jones joining the Rockets. The rich continues to get richer each and every day. The most stacked teams in the NBA continue to get richer. There's so much talent that's available right now, and I just can't keep telling you guys that. And I told you guys years ago, and I'm telling you guys years later. You're finding a guy like Terrence Jones who has already played in the NBA, has already shown in the G League for multiple months that he deserves to have a spot in the league. We knew that already. I don't even know why he was in the G League from the beginning, because he played good minutes when he was in the NBA and he gave you a two-way style. He can play the three. He can play the 4 to 5 on defense. And he was a guy that put a lot of effort, and he protected the rim decently when he was in the league, and he gave you quality rebounding. And sometimes he even hit a spot up three. Now, I know this is a 10-day contract, but this guy, I was listening to Daryl Morey. He said he's going to take a lot of risks because he has to beat the Warriors. I don't really think this is much of a risk, because Terrence, he's been one of the best G League players this entire season. So I don't really see it as a risk, because they have already used him, they have already played him, and they have already had him on the roster before. They know who he is, they know what he does, and they know what he brings to the table. They know him as a person, because they had him on the roster a couple years ago for multiple seasons. Now, what I will say is, I'm not really surprised that he got another chance at the NBA. If I had to be completely real with y'all, which I always do, he should have been in the NBA. I don't think he should have played in the G League as long as he has, because I feel like he's an NBA caliber player last year, and he showed it all this year. Now, is he a guy that's going to get a lot of minutes? Not on a good team, because most good teams already got their 6th, 7th, and 8th man already, especially after the trade deadline. Now, that's something that's common sense by now. You already have your playoff roster before the buyout is over. And most of it is going to come between summer to the trade deadline. You're going to add little pieces as they become available, but you're already locked into your main rotation. Now, I don't really honestly think that Terrence Jones is going to get that many minutes, even if he does sign for the rest of the season, because this Rockets team already picked up Kenneth Faried. He's not the defensive player that Terrence Jones is, but he brings more. Terrence Jones brings another style. He brings a different dimension that Kenneth Faried doesn't. That's why if you put him on the roster, you have another dynamic that you didn't have before. The biggest problem is Clint Capella. Clint Capella is going to eat up majority of those minutes. But now that they have other size and depth at that big man spot, including Nene, they have more styles and lineups that they can throw out of there. Now, Terrence Jones is a guy that I think is better than Nene, and he's more versatile than Nene right now. But it's good to still have all of them, because now if somebody go down, you have another person that you can trust and rely on to give you quality minutes at that position. And what I will say is this. PJ Tucker is going to get majority of the minutes at power forward. He gives you a little bit of what Terrence Jones gives you. It's just that he doesn't have the height and the length. He's not the athlete, and he doesn't have the size of Terrence Jones. That's why adding a guy like Terrence Jones is valuable, because now you have a guy that can bring that to the table depending on the matchup and lineup that's out there. What I will say is this. I'm not really super surprised that they picked up Terrence Jones, because they already had a history with him. And when he did play, he was a guy that people paid. Remember, Terrence Jones got paid to leave the Rockets because they didn't want to pay the man. Now that he has fallen off a little bit, the Rockets are giving him a second chance. Now, I don't really think this is going to impact his future too much, because he's not going to get that much playing time. He might get 10 to 15 minutes. That's not going to really make another NBA team want to take a chance on him, even if he plays well. because you're not really impacting the game that much when you're out there getting that type of minutes. Now, what you can show is that you're going to do whatever is needed to be to win the game and help in those minutes that you are there. That can help you keep a roster spot with Houston for the rest of the season. Now, you have to go season by season because at the end of the day, it's a new draft, it's summer league, and the players overseas going to become available. So you got to fight all these suitors just to get another roster spot next season. Terrence Jones has already went through the bull and the struggle already. But one thing I will say is he was able to make a roster right now. And I think he will get playing time within this 10-day contract. Now, that might not lead to him signing with another team like I just said, because he might not be good enough to have a guaranteed spot on the roster right now. He's good enough to be in the NBA, but he's not guaranteed that spot. I personally feel like Terrence Jones is an NBA player. But it's 100+ players that can say the same thing because you have an influx of talent coming in the summer. That's going to be hard for him to make a spot because he's barely making a spot right now. And they haven't even went through the draft and summer league and everything. So it's going to be tougher. But I will give him credit for being humble enough to go to the G League and find a way to fight his way back to an NBA roster spot. And hopefully he can get signed for the rest of the season because I still think it's a need for a player like him in today's NBA. Especially because he can stretch out that floor and give you some versatility at protecting the paint. And he's only 27 years old. He's 6'9", 225 pounds. He's never been the greatest three-point shooter, but when he does knock them down, he makes your team harder to guard. I wouldn't recommend him shooting a lot of threes, but that's something that he has improved on as he's been into this NBA game. He came in as a non-shooter, and he's shown the willingness to adapt and change as he played more seasons in the NBA. He became more of a mid-range guy. He became more of a role player, and it's humbling. Going to the G League lets you know you have more work and more things to put in because you haven't made it back to the NBA. So I do hope that he can continue to take this roster spot. Hopefully he does get signed for the rest of the season. But it's nothing personal. It's just business. We like you as a person. We like what you bring to the table. We see what you're doing in the G League, but we have to be professionals too. And that's the unfortunate part of the business, but that's something that you have to do and deal with when you go to the NBA. But hopefully, Terrence Jones can find a spot for the rest of the season. But like I said, the journey is not over because it's going to be even harder to make a roster spot for a player of his caliber next year. But I've been watching him and I've been liking him, and I thought that he should have been in the NBA because I always have felt like he was a good player. But that's just my opinion. I'm not a GM and I'm not an owner, so it doesn't really validate anything until you actually get to the NBA and make a roster spot. But like I said, I will give him credit when it's due. He never gave up. He never quit. And he continued to put in the work, and he's been able to get back there with a 10-day. Hopefully he can get 1 year. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think Terrence Jones can give you quality minutes? Do you think he should get more time? Do you think he's been dominating the G League, that he proved that he's an NBA player and he should be playing at this level? Even if it's at a 9, 10, 11-man roster spot. That's unfortunate because you'll want to play more minutes. In the G League, you can play more minutes because you're one of the best players in the league. But he's not one of the best players in the NBA, so his playing time is going to be cut significantly, and his impact is going to be gradually cut too. But at the same time, you're still getting paid to play basketball, so that's the blessing part about it. Whether you're in the G League, overseas, and in the NBA, you're following your dreams and you're going out there hooping, and you're still being able to make a living and support you and your family by playing basketball. That's the American dream. You can do and love what you do, but you can get paid to do it. And he's been able to do that, whether it's in the G League or in the NBA, and I'm happy for him. And I'm glad that he continued to put in the work and worked his way back up to the NBA level, and I respect that. But at the same time, sad part about it is this is a replacement league, and if they can find somebody better within these 10 days, they're going to do it, even if they like them. Oh well. At the end of the day, let me know what you guys think about Terrence Jones getting picked up by the Rockets. Is this a steal? Is this sneaky? Is this Daryl Morey taking a risk on a two-way player like he been doing, getting him on a cheap contract and getting the best value out of the player? I will give him credit because he's been doing that for the last 11 years. And I like the fact that this is a pickup that gives him two-way versatility and gives them length and size at the 4 position in some small ball 5. That's something that they didn't really have after Clint Capella. But Clint Capella doesn't want to take jumpers. Neither does Kenneth Faried, really. So now you have a guy that can do it, and you're paying him basically nothing. And even if you do sign him for the rest of the season, he's not even going to get $1 million. Let's keep it real. It's unfortunate, but at the same time, it's part of the game. Let me know what you guys think. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description, comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description, the comment section below. Like on Facebook. Thanks for everybody that like on Facebook. Thanks for the support. Thanks for checking out the channel. Thanks for supporting with the merchandise. Thanks for showing the love. Thanks for commenting and keeping the comment section going. I appreciate everything you guys do. I enjoy making these videos. You guys enjoy watching. That's why I'm still here. That's why I continue to go. And that's why I haven't stopped yet. In 10 to 15 years, I will still be doing this, as you guys have seen for the last couple of years. But what I will tell you, check out my channel, check out my playlist. I do breakdowns of everything that you need for basketball. All you have to do is, if you like this video, go on my channel, binge watch, eat you some knowledge, and understand and get better at the game, just like I try to do every day. Quinn Wade, basketball now since I'm gone. And let me know what you guys think about this acquisition for the Houston Rockets.